Hey guys, it's Vadim and welcome to AppleInsider. We recently compared Apple's 2018 iPad to the 2017 10.5-inch iPad Pro to help people decide if the new budget iPad is good enough for their needs, or if they should go for the Pro instead. At the time, we left battery life out of the equation because it takes up multiple consecutive workdays to run all the tests, but here we are with some conclusions. The 2017 iPad has a 32.9 watt-hour battery, slightly larger than the new 2018 iPad's 32.4 watt-hours. The 2017 10.5-inch iPad Pro gets an even smaller 30.8 watt-hour battery, due to being quite a bit more slim compared to the regular iPads. For reference, the iPhone X's battery holds 10.35 watt-hours of juice. The 2017 iPad comes with a dual-core A9 processor, compared to the quad-core A10 processor on the 2018 model. What's interesting about the A10 is that 2 of the cores are for performance and 2 are for efficiency, running at lower clock speeds to help save battery life when processing simple tasks. The 2017 iPad Pro actually has a 6-core processor, 3 of them being high performance and 3 being efficiency cores, which could help save even more battery life. Here's a chart of our benchmark tests between all 3 devices. As you can see, the iPad Pro has a massive lead in multi-core and graphics performance, and the 2018 iPad, on average, sits right in between the other 2 iPads. Now let's get into some tests. We started with playing a 10-hour YouTube video on each iPad. Before hitting play, we asked Siri to set the brightness to 80%. The 2017 iPad lasted 7 hours and 40 minutes before finally shutting down. The 2018 iPad lasted a very similar 7 hours and 46 minutes, which is impressive due to the slightly smaller battery and extra performance. Now the iPad Pro actually lasted 8 hours and 7 minutes, substantially longer than the regular iPad. Since YouTube isn't really a power-demanding task, the efficiency cores can handle more of the relatively small workload. Now let's move on to a more demanding task, and one that many iPad users are familiar with: gaming. We played Epic Games' Fortnite for 1 hour on each iPad. The overall gaming experience on the 2017 iPad was lacking compared to the other 2. Graphics quality took a hit, and gameplay wasn't as smooth as we'd like. After 1 hour, it drained from 100% to 87% battery life. Graphics quality improved on the 2018 iPad, and gameplay got quite a bit smoother. This new iPad should be just good enough to comfortably play Fortnite and similar titles. Even with those improvements, the battery still only drained to 87%. Now onto the iPad Pro. Gameplay was almost impeccable. Graphics quality was noticeably better than on the other 2 iPads, and it was incredibly smooth. It almost felt like I was playing the PC version of the game. With the 2017 iPad Pro's ProMotion technology, games with 120Hz support will be even more smooth. However, after 1 hour of gameplay, the battery drained down to 80%, quite a bit lower than the other 2. So we can see that it actually does drain the battery faster when running more power-demanding tasks. Finally, we ran an actual benchmark to test battery life, namely Geekbench 4's full drain test. The 2017 iPad died after running the benchmark for 8 hours and 4 minutes, and it scored 4,840 points. The 2018 iPad, on the other hand, lasted 9 hours and 10 minutes and scored 5,500 points. These results are quite a bit different from what we saw in our other 2 tests, now actually seeing an improvement over last year's model. The benchmark dims the screen and puts in 100% workload on the processor, showing off differences in battery size and processor efficiency. Finally, we have the iPad Pro, which scored a massive 6,050 points and died after 10 hours and 5 minutes, finally living up to Apple's claimed 10 hours of battery life, even at 100% CPU workload. Interestingly, the battery life drained faster while running the demanding game, so the powerful graphics chip and better display may have something to do with it. As a bonus, we decided to test the charging speed differences between the 2018 iPad and the iPad Pro. We used the standard 12-watt charger on the Pro and used the 61-watt charger with a USB-C to Lightning cable on the 2018 iPad to see if there were any differences in charging technology that would allow for faster charging. As you can see, there wasn't. The Pro charged at an average of 8% every 15 minutes, compared to 7 on the regular iPad. It took about 30 minutes longer for the iPad to reach 99%. So in conclusion, the iPad Pro has the best battery life out of all 3 iPads due to its efficient 6-core processor, except when running demanding tasks, but it's what we'd expect while getting that much more performance. In some cases, the 2018 iPad beats out the older model in battery life, but overall, it's similar. And that's really impressive, due to the large performance improvements we saw in our benchmarks. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss out on more videos like this one, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our price guide, which makes it extremely easy to find the best deals on Apple products, updated daily. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next video.